Howdy y'all, welcome back to Rat's Nest Hot Rods. I'm going to work on a Fender Skirt, two Fender Skirts. I'm only going to show one that goes horribly wrong and what I had to do to fix it. You're kind of seeing it here as I'm blocking this thing down. I tried to get away with using this Fender Skirt and not stripping it all the way down. What I ended up finding out was there was a ton of body filler on it. So I've got the body line kind of taped out there to help, and I'm hitting it with a 30-inch sanding block. And it's going to go all to hell here in a minute. You're going to see the cowl that I shaved in earlier videos, so that's a pretty simple deal. The other Fender Skirt was in great shape, so no need to show it. It was very simple to block out. This one, on the other hand, had been through hell and back, and you know, I was working on a skirt. I really wanted to get to the body of the car, and figured I'd take a shortcut on these Fender Skirts because what the hell, it's just a Fender Skirt, right? Well, I'm going to regret it here shortly, and I'll show you what it takes to fix it if you are stupid like me and don't do it right the first time, which if you watch my videos, I tend to do this a lot, and my vow to everybody is I'm going to show it when I screw it up. So right here, I'm just about ready to find out, yeah, this isn't going to work. This thing is beat to hell. Watch, enjoy, and I'll speed it up and cut back in here when I bring the hammer out.
He was born on Jersey Island, just off the coast of France. He came to Canada to farm and to ranch. She was raised in Utah until...
Alright, I join you again in regular speed vision, and as you can see, we got the hammer out. The dolly's going to come out. I put the straight edge on the other side. Tried to hit down some high points with the other hammer, and yeah, wasn't happy with what I was seeing, so we're going to have to do it the hard way. And you'll start seeing big chunks of old Bondo coming off this thing here as we work our way through it. I took a Sharpie marker and kind of tried to figure out what had happened to the skirt. Looks like something got dragged along at one point pretty hardcore. So I'm going to beat this out and catch everything that falls off the other side, and you'll get to see all of it, and then we'll end up stripping it all down to nothing. There's the Bondo starting to come off. And there's a decent view of it. You can see it's about a quarter inch thick in spots. So yeah, live and learn, or keep living and keep screwing things up like I do. But we're going to fix it by the end of this video. It'll be tried and true as best as I could beat it back into shape, that is. Here we go, full speed.
When she came by wagon train in Cardston to be, they met as young adults, dancing they would go, swaying to the music, soon in love they would grow. They ran away together on a wagon box they sat, while the world held its breath just to see what they began. Now 7 boys came along who helped to build a farm. Then along came a beauty who added all the charm. Raising all they are honest in their tone. You've never seen a bunch like this ever before. From Jack and Glenn and Vern and Lloyd to Melvin in between, to Dean and Ray, and finally from Maria we can glean a family that all the world has never seen before, that started north in Canada, now fills from shore to shore. They met as young adults, dancing they would go, swaying to the music, soon in love they would grow. They ran away together on a wagon box they sat, while the world held its breath just to see what they began. share our dreams and feed our needs with a spirit.
The clamping locking mechanism had to come off the back of this Fender Skirt for me to really get it decent and flat on the other side. So bust out the air chisel, air hammer, whatever you want to call it, and knock out some spot welds. We'll end up welding that back together here later in the video, but it had to go to for me to get this decent straight.
And we wonder how the Lord above could send down so much love. Now we'll go on from here, our parents they have ruled, remembering all that we've been taught, our lives we will build. So when you wonder why you come the reunion to attend, remember it is what they started way back round the bend. They met as young adults, dancing they would go, oh, swaying to the music, soon in love they would grow. They ran away together, on a wagon box they sat, while the world held its breath just to see what they began. Went to school and sat side by side, and I longed for the day when I would ask her if she would be my loving bride. I picked some wild mountain flowers for Mary, and I told her
Quick jump over to the cowl. I was doing both Fender Skirts and the cowl at the same time. The cowl needed some filler on some rusted out portion there towards the middle. You can see where the filler is, and then I had to do some filler work over the top of where I had shaved out the wiper holes. No windshield wipers. This car is not going to be outside on rainy days, and we'll use plenty of Rain-X so that we can clean the windshield good, but it's going to be a sunny day only car. So I got those shaved out in an earlier video. If you haven't seen it, take a look back for one of those.
her today, but she said we never could marry, that her mother would stand in the way. Daddy died when she was very young, and she never knew the love of a man. I tried so hard to make her happy, and tried to make her mother understand. I picked some wild mountain flowers for Mary, and I told her I loved her today, but she said could marry, that her mother would stand in the way. Now my days of youth are gone, and I'm so happy, and my time isn't very far away. I picked some wild mountain flowers for Mary, and placed them on her grave today. Picked some wild mountain flowers for Mary, and I told her I loved her today, but she said we never could marry, that her mother would stand in the way.
Alright, the cowl is all scuffed up and ready for its final high build primer. And we're going to start working on getting this clamping mechanism back on the skirt that we've beaten back into submission, or as best we can get. And so we'll grind all the rust off, clean the metal, and get to welding here shortly.
I picked some wild mountain flowers for Mary, and I told her I loved her today, but she said we never could marry, that her mother would stand in the way, that her mother would stand in the way.
Alright, we've got that clamping mechanism welded back in. We did a light scuffing with the DA sander. We're going to do a quick wipe down with wax and grease remover. Hit it with Omni epoxy primer, PBG product, and then start to build it back up. I'll hit it with epoxy primer, then we'll directly hit it with the feather fill G2. Sand that out, find the low spots, then fill it with body filler, sand that out, and you know, the normal stuff.
What's the new waves of grain? What's the new bathroom stall? The new high octane, just another mega voice, and another X-ray song, another frozen door, another one-way round. The new angel code, the new insect code, the new mixtape code.
Alright, somehow lost a portion of the video, but the only thing that was missed there was you saw the epoxy go down, and then I hit it with 3 coats of feather fill G2. We're going to start block sanding that in. You'll still see, yeah, it's definitely not a perfect skirt at this point, and it's going to show it. And we'll continue to get it flat, so hang on to your butts. There we go, back to high speed. Thank God.
It's a hunger dance, it's a price tag mouse, it's a deadpan laugh, it's a fantastic cool, now the homeland peel, now the super fresh, now the white window sill, rock the mountain roll, rock the devil test tone, rock the old roll, rock the spaces unknown, with a new hyper.
Okay, as you can see, we laid down some tape, we blocked everything out, and it needs another skim coat of body filler. So we're going to do that right now and then get back to blocking. Use the hammer to tap down any high spots. This is a long process, and it's what it takes. So I'm going to lay this down, cover the whole thing. Puts a really nice crisp line if you drop that tape down and you pull the tape off when it's still reasonably wet.
Columbus, Georgia. Want to be back in Tennessee. Way down Columbus started. My friends all turned their backs on me. Go and leave me if you wish to. Never let it cross your mind. If in your home you love another, leave me alone.
We finally made it into high build primer. Before we were using the polyester primer feather fill. This is the Omni high build primer. So urethane high build. That will shrink on you, unlike the polyester stuff. So we're going to lay that down on the cowl in both skirts, the hideous one and the really nice one. And we'll call it a day. Yeah, it was a lot of work to get these little Fender skirts done, but it was worth it. I wish I would have done it the right way the first time and not tried to speed through it. But I always end up paying the price, and I'm always going to show it when I screw it up, so that maybe you will not be as dumb as I am. All right, thanks for subscribing and liking. Peace and grease, sucker.